Hey everybody, it's Wednesday and I'm actually feeling a little under the weather, and to symbolize that I'm lying down opposed to sitting up. But, I don't feel so bad that I can't get on here and make a for fun video. I mean, I know right now I've talked about the recent games and it's too early for me to get into next week. But this is an interesting season, and I kind of wanted to just talk about some stuff for fun without any pressures of analyzing too hard. Um, First off, to address something on my team real quick, because I meant to talk about this in last week's video, but didn't, was John Carlson, who to this point in the season has been producing reasonably well, and I believe is on pace for approximately 50 catches, 500 yards, and 5 touchdowns on the season. Something close to that, probably a little more, I think. And, for a rookie tight end, that's pretty good, but I do believe he can be a playmaker in the NFL. I remember in the Niners game, we were actually designing plays around getting him the ball. We were trying to use him as a playmaker, and it was working pretty well. He had a good game, and our offense put up some pretty good numbers in that game. So, I look at Carlson, and right now, in terms of youth on our team, there aren't a lot of franchise players that I have complete faith in. You have Tutupu, Hill, Peterson, the linebackers. I'm cool with them. They're all pretty young. I think Peterson's like 30, but even so. And other than maybe Trufant, that's about it. All the other players on this team are either not franchise, are either not of very good quality, or they're older. Carlson, I see him being a playmaker in this league. And when I say that, I don't mean he's just going to be a body like Marcus Pollard was last year. Pollard was just a dude. He was out there, he would block, he would go out and run routes, he would catch passes if he got open, and he was just a body. Other bodies in the league would be like L.J. Smith, Alex Smith on the Buccaneers, Mercedes Lewis on Jacksonville, those guys. So, I don't want us to use Carlson like that. I know it's his rookie year, and you can't expect him to immediately be an elite receiving tight end. But we should definitely start moving in that direction, because I believe he can produce like a Jason Witten or Antonio Gates or Tony Gonzalez. I think he's one of the bright young spots on this team. Definitely. So, I definitely would like to see that. I mean, I know he's not that fast, but Vernon Davis is a hell of a lot faster than Jason Witten, but guess who's the better player, right? So, basically the rest of this season I want to see a lot of John Carlson and maybe a lot of Julius Jones, because those guys, when they get catches, those guys give us the best chance to win games. I definitely believe that. Last 3 games we have not been able to give Julius the touches, because we fall behind too fast. So we gotta do everything we can to get those 2 guys the ball, because they give us our best chance to win. What else we got? I think the most interesting subplot this year is the rookie class. I talked about this for a little bit in an earlier video. I detailed how I did some calculations for fun, and I counted about 50 rookies who were making a decent contribution to their team to that point in the season. Right now, it's more like 54. But you take out Keith Rivers, because he's gone for the season, you take out Tracy Porter, and you take out a couple of offensive linemen that aren't playing very well, and you're down to like 50, which is still a very high amount. I'm not going to get into a full analysis I posted a topic on GameFAQs on the NFL board that went to very close detail about the rookie class contributions this year. So, um, if you guys want to see that, I can put a link up to it. Anyway, looking at the rookies we have this year, I obviously probably so far the best one is Chris Johnson, who is on pace for like a little under 1,500 rushing yards this year, which would be better than Adrian Peterson by about 150 yards, and we all just watched in awe Peterson last year. And Chris Johnson has the opportunity to have a yard per carry average that is just a little worse, to have more total yards, to play for a better team, although that really doesn't have anything to do with him, and to be every bit as good. And let's say Lindell White gets hurt or starts getting less touches for whatever reason. He could push that. I mean, with the way he's playing great right now. He's breaking off long runs. He's getting into the end zone, all that. He could push like 1,600, don't you think? Isn't that reasonable? It wouldn't take too much. That's just like 3 or 4 more big carries this season. And that would put him in like the top 3 all-time for running back rookie seasons. So we could be watching history with Chris Johnson. Just something to keep an eye on if Lindell White gets hurt. Another rookie doing real well is Chris Horton. He didn't start 2 games already this year. He didn't start the the first game or the third game, I think it was. He's on pace for like 85 tackles and 7 picks. He's making plays, he's making tackles, he's just very solid back there. He should win Defensive Player of the Year. Matt Forte is getting a ton of carries in Chicago. He's on pace to have like 400 total touches this year because he's also catching the ball real well. If he takes his yard per carry up to the next level, because right now his yards per carry is kind of weak, he could have a 2,000 yard season and possibly like 14, 15 touchdowns. Right now he's getting a ton of carries, but the yards are a little hard to come by. So if he can take that up, he's going to be a big time player. And the other big rookie would probably be Deshaun Jackson, who is not only on pace to be an 80 catch, 1,200 yard receiver, especially if Philly keeps using him like they did against like the Niners and the Rams and the Cowboys. He could be a Pro Bowl punt returner because he's one of the best punt returners in the league right now. And if he breaks off a couple more long ones, he could absolutely get in the Pro Bowl.